time you have a large organization where volume accumulates and you end up earning a big check based on not only your efforts, but the efforts of lots of other people. So it doesn't matter how pretty your desk is, how great your website is necessarily. What really matters is how many people are you talking to and how often are you flipping rocks over and exposing people to your business. You've got to come to grips first and foremost with that. You have to understand that, hey, that is the way the money's made. Number two, that you're operating from a position of belief. And I'm going to spend a few minutes on this because this is truly the foundation that your entire business is based on. And I'm not going to get all airy-fairy on you, and that's just kind of not my thing anyhow. But I will say this, that if you're not operating from a position of belief right now, you are out of luck. And you are going to be in trouble because you're going out into a marketplace where you're going to be attacked and things are going to happen. And if you are not operating from a firm position of belief, you got issues. You got issues, and those issues are going to prevent you from earning the kind of money that you want to make in this business. When somebody comes up to you and they make fun of you, like, yeah, I remember my buddies when I first got started at network marketing. You do MLM, pyramid, whatever garbage they were giving me, or my mother telling me that I'm going to make you pay back your college education because you're doing a pyramid scam. And because she's coming from a state of ignorance, she didn't know the difference between a legitimate network marketing company and a pyramid scam. You're getting all that stuff. You know, if you're being attacked by people, and you will, not everybody's going to buy your story. One thing, when you get involved in network marketing, you're stepping outside of the box a little bit. You're probably doing something a little bit different than what mommy and daddy taught you to do. I know I sure did. And sometimes the people that you're bumping into in the marketplace aren't so receptive and nice and friendly and joyful and pleasant. And so in order for you to make a significant impact, okay, again, remember, we're talking about crushing it here. We're not talking about making a couple bucks. We're talking about doing whatever you can to maximize your production so that you really are able to earn a significant amount. This is about significance. If you want to create significance in the marketplace, you must be operating from a position of belief. And I'm going to spend some time on this tonight because it is the absolute foundation that your entire business is based on. And no, I'm not going to sit here and give you some garbage and tell you, oh, you know, all you got to do is believe. All you got to do is believe. Just believe and you're going to make money. No, that's baloney. You can't just believe. Now, belief is critically important. Don't get me wrong here. Belief is the foundation of success in this business, but you don't just believe. You don't just believe. You know, and it's the same thing like, you know, think and grow rich. You don't just think. Okay, if I just think, I'm going to think I'm rich, I'm thinking I'm rich, I'm thinking I'm rich, I'm thinking I'm rich. Where's the money? Where's the money? Where is it? You can't just think. Now, thinking, your thoughts are things, like chapter 1 in that book, Think and Grow Rich. Thoughts are things. It is the thought that creates that plants the seed that creates the action, which ends up inevitably creating the result. Okay? But let me share with you something about belief, because when you go out in the marketplace, if you're operating from any position of doubt, people will feel it, they'll know it, they'll see it, and they may not say anything, but they'll absolutely be thinking to themselves, this dude doesn't even buy his own story, and because he doesn't buy his story, guess what? I ain't buying his product. They may not say anything, but the way they're going to say it is they're not going to sign up with you. That's how they say it. So you need to change, and I'm covering this because I know so many people are in network marketing. And let me share something with you. Just because you have a distributor ID number, just because you're here, because you're on a webinar, that's a start. That's awesome. You have a distributor ID number. You're apt up in a network marketing or direct sales company. Good for you. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're prepped for success, that you're ready, that you're going to succeed, because it's about creating these beliefs. And let me tell you this: when you are operating from a position of belief, and you got to see, you have to understand that belief and doubt don't exist in the same place. You can't believe you're here right now and doubt it at the same time. You can't. I mean, you could if you're in the 1970s, maybe if all the Grateful Dead around, might be a little weird, trippy back then. But you know what I'm saying? You can't. You either have belief or you have doubt. And when you have a lingering, even if it's a teeny, itsy-bitsy, tiny, witty-bitty little piece of doubt, people will feel it, and it will prevent you from succeeding. So there's 3 areas that I want to cover tonight real quickly. Number 1 is the profession of network marketing. You can't be in this business and then be wondering, worried about, you know, what's going to happen in the marketplace and what somebody's going to say to you and what will happen if you know, what happens when somebody comes up to you and they say, you present your business, you present the concept of your business, and you say, well, you know, the response to you is this network marketing? You cannot respond with, it wasn't, I wouldn't touch it. So when somebody says, is this network marketing? My answer is absolutely it is. If it wasn't, I wouldn't touch it. Somebody says, is this MLM? And a lot of people will just like pause and go, oh, how do I respond to that? That's not good. So how do you respond to that? But somebody says, is this MLM if you're on a multi-level marketing company? My answer is absolutely it is. If it wasn't, I wouldn't touch it. And that's such a different response. Can you imagine a person's going to go, wow, cool. I mean, think about it. Maybe somebody else presented something who wasn't operating from a position of belief before, and they didn't respond that way, and then all of a sudden you do. It's different, and it's powerful. It's very, very empowering. And you've got to be able to, first of all, because you have to understand, before tomorrow morning, before you represent your company, before you represent your product, your service, whatever you're bringing in the marketplace, you represent the profession of network marketing. So here's how you establish belief in what you're doing as a profession at large. You ask yourself two questions. Number one, and this is so critically important, you guys, if there's anything you get tonight, please get this. Get this. It's very, very important that you get it. Number one, you ask yourself this question: do people make money in network marketing? I mean, really, do it. Ask the question. Ask the question: do people make money in network marketing? The second thing you do is, do people make the kind of money that I want to make in my life in the profession of network marketing? Why do you have to ask that? Because, look, and I started at age 22 in network marketing. I was driving a 1989 Toyota Corolla, and my sponsor was 27, and he was driving a white convertible Corvette, which was, at that time, so far out of my reality. And I thought to myself, and I had no preconceived ideas or notions. I had never been introduced to that's the first time I'd ever been introduced to network marketing, and I still was thinking, well, who died? What did he inherit? Did he get somebody, what? The last thing I was thinking was that it came out of the compensation plan, which is where it came out of. And why did I have that stinking thinking? I had no prior experience in network marketing, so why would I have stinking thinking? I had stinking thinking because society says, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Which is so stupid. I want to punch the person who ever made up that phrase. If somebody can give me the person's name who actually made up that stupid phrase, I'd love to give him a good sock. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. That is so ridiculous. And then your society says you're worth so much in the marketplace. Oh, if you make that kind of money, it must be illegal. Really? And then you get involved in network marketing, you start hearing these figures, these possibilities, the potential, and then of course there's going to be doubt. But you have to go get the answer so you can realize today, tonight, once and for all, that network marketing is for real. And yes, that those potential earnings that you see, that you've heard about, yes, it's real. It's not just fantasy, and it is possible. So you just simply say, okay, do people make money in this profession? Go get the answer. If you don't have the answer, go get it. And I can tell you this, when you go get it, you're going to find out, yes, people do make money, big-time money in network marketing. Second thing you do is you ask yourself, do people make the kind of money that I want to have in my life in network marketing? Because why bother doing something, anything, if it's not going to take you to wherever it is that you want to go? I was selling cable television door-to-door. It was my first sales job. And my sales manager was this grainy, old-looking dude. And I thought and I had no entrepreneur experience at the time. I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, hey, I don't want to be a grainy old dude. If I hang out here for 5 or 10 years, I might be him and might have his job. And I don't want to be a grainy old dude. And I looked at the director of marketing.